And we are live.
Oh, yes, another edition with unique couples. And today it's us.
Sunday night Facebook Live.
Woo! Not the game, but couples. Couples, and your relationship. Go ahead, tag, let a friend know. Come
Yes.
right in,
Come
come right
on.
in.
Come on in. Come on
Let
in.
a friend know we are here live and we're going to be short and spicy today. After these secrets are revealed, we know that, hey, you're going to be on your way to getting stuff done and making sure that your relationship is rocking. Let's go ahead and tag,
Yes.
tag,
Let me
tag.
just go ahead and share.
Oh,
And you can go ahead and tag a friend, share, like.
go ahead. You can just type their name in chat. They'll get the notification
Yes. Let us know who is there. Let us know
where you're
where you're
watching
watching from.
from. Yes, put your country or your island. Put that in. Yes, yes. Okay. So let me see if I can get on as well. Go ahead, go ahead. What are we on with today? Volume.
All right. Let's get this party
Hello, I
started.
see Lynn is here. Ooh, yes. Yes. Okay, I think this is me
Okay.
on.
I see the hearts are going up. All right.
Okay, go ahead, share. I'm still trying to share. And
Yeah.
Rachel's still trying to share. Okay,
All
I
right.
think I have it.
Gonna give it a few more minutes. You can come on in
What are
so
we
we can
talking
get
about
started.
tonight? Intimacy
Intimacy secrets. That's what we're
secrets.
talking about tonight.
Go ahead and share it on your page if you're watching on Facebook. Those of you watching the replay, go ahead and share. Do a watch party. Share. Okay, so I think I got to share. Yes. Okay, good.
All right. So we want to welcome our unique couples community here to another Sunday night Facebook Live.
And some of them had, before we even go there, some of them had, what you call it, homework to do. Some of you had homework to do. So go ahead and invite your five. You know who I'm talking about. And you also had to put a keyword in here today. We also, I think we have two giveaways to give away for today too at the end.
All
Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So welcome to another Sunday night Facebook Live. We are Vito and Linda Patrick. We're going to be the speakers for tonight, and we are fired up and excited about the topic we'll be talking about tonight: intimacy secrets.
Secrets. Ooh,
What secrets do you have?
yes.
Intimacy secrets. So, hello, Patty. Hello, Lynn. Hello, Tamara. Hello, Dashika. All
Okay, are we
right.
putting where we're from in there? Yes, out of the country. That's we definitely want to know. Share. Okay, I'm sharing. Share to your groups, share to your family, your friends. Let the couples know that we are live and we are excited about intimacy secrets. Yes,
Yes.
I see we have some sharers. Good. Go ahead. Everyone should be sharing. Share. Everyone should be sharing. Thank you for being a part of the unique couples family. You're helping marriages. You're a part of the healthy marriage movement.
The Unique Couples community.
Yes, and
We're a
thereabout.
community, so we want to thank you all for being here. And like we said, we're going to be talking about intimacy secrets.
Oh yes. Oh
So
yes.
I think we're going to
We'll
get
start it.
started. Yes, we are. Let's
Okay,
give
give
it
it
another
another
minute or so,
second.
get some folks on, and then we're going to get started.
Oh man, we had a number, we had a goal today. I don't see that number being achieved. We need some more people in here live. Go ahead, share. We need some more people in here live. Invite your friends, tell them we are here and
Yes. Let me make
all
sure.
excited. Did you share?
Well, I'm gonna make sure I share it also.
Okay, because I share. I think I finished like sharing. I shared like to almost every group.
Okay.
I shared. Okay, so the only other place.
All right. So we're gonna get started, and like we said, we're talking about intimacy secrets.
Yes, intimacy secrets.
The secret to intimacy, and what is the secret to intimacy? I see we have Josephine Frank watching from St. Martin. Welcome.
Oh, St. Martin. We had some St. Martin before.
I'm not
I'm not
sure.
sure. Okay,
Welcome.
welcome. First time.
Yes.
Woo, we're in St. Martin now.
So, like we said earlier, make sure you like it, make sure you share, make sure you tag a friend. Like, share, tag. You want to take some notes as well. And if you have any questions, just put the questions in the chat and we will get to the questions as we
Yes,
go,
pretty
or
much.
we're going to have to get them at the end. But if you have any questions, we will get those questions.
Oh, yeah.
So, like I said, what is the secret to intimacy? What is the secret to intimacy? So, intimacy is something that you have to work on. It's something that you continuously have to work on. Marriage is not a sprint. Marriage is a marathon.
Yes, you like to say that.
Yes, it's a
Yeah.
marathon. So it isn't something that's going to be quick overnight. It's
Mhm.
something that you have to continuously work on. Like we say, you go on your jobs every day, you go to work. Well, in your marriage, you have to put in that work every day into your marriage. So you have to put in that work.
Definitely. So when we look at intimacy, and the secrets, as it relates to intimacy and things that happen, one of the things that happen where we look at from couples who may be experiencing problems. I know for us personally, I said the story already, and I've spoken about it several times. We got to the point. Vito has a different version of it. Like, men sometimes don't see it all of that way, but sometimes we ladies catch it first, right? So we were at a point in our relationship and our marriage where it was like we were just, gradually just diverging in our own different way, right? We were just going in our different way directions, because it was almost like ships at night, because we were just so busy doing everything that we didn't have time to connect. And with the connection not being there, I knew that, hey, guess what? Eventually, I wouldn't know who he was, and he wouldn't know who I was. And then it would have been so much easier for us to be, okay, we need to go our separate business. I don't know who you are. Who's the stranger I have? And you want to touch me? So it would have been to that point. And before that happened, actually, that already started to happen. And before it got any worse, we had to take stock and say, hey, wake up call. And so we had that wake up call. That was like about the seventh, eighth, yeah, about the seventh, eighth year in our marriage, and we had that wake up call. And I think
after the 2 kids,
yeah, well, we'll talk
18
about
months
some of
apart.
that. Yeah,
We'll
so
tell
that
that story
happened.
another
Yeah,
time.
we'll talk about that. So that was like, whoo. And then you have other couples who experience other things. Like, listen, if you hurt me, if you are constantly angry and saying mean things or belittling me, I am not going to want to share my deepest thoughts or feelings or any of that with you. Right?
Yeah.
So if you're belittling your spouse, you're hurting your spouse, or you have unresolved things that you didn't deal with, that is going to affect intimacy. And that's why when we see some of the problems where you get some of these secrets and these intimacy, and where you're not sharing with your spouse, or if you see your spouse being unkind, unfair, critical, judgmental, all of these things will lead to that intimacy not being there. Okay, so there are some general areas, right, where some of those things happen.
So you have lack of trust, you have lack of respect, you will have communication, you're gonna have hidden emotions.
So lack of trust, that's one.
Lack of respect,
Uh-huh.
communication.
Poor communication, or,
Yeah, poor
or lack of
communication.
communication. Okay.
Yeah. You will also have hidden secrets, which you don't want to discuss, and Then there'll be secrets that you just keep in.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of secrets.
Lots of secrets, lots of hidden emotions. Definitely. Lots of hidden emotions. So when we look at these general areas, we can see. So guess what? People don't get divorced because they don't get divorced because they just get divorced because it's some major crisis or something that happens. It's a gradual process, okay? And one of the gradual things that happen when couples get to that point is, they feel that disconnect. People feel that disconnect and they have that, oh, I don't know who she is anymore. I don't know who he is anymore. Okay, so those are some of the things that happen that will make it difficult for couples to actually, that's what causes that hurt and that separation in the relationship. So I see we have some people watching. Let me see, because I don't want to.
Hello,
Oh,
Lakeisha.
Violet is here too.
Hello, Garon. All right, want to welcome you here.
Okay. So when we look at, okay, I'm just like trying to look at so much devices. You saw Lakeisha does, right?
Yeah, Lakeisha.
Celeste, hello, Celeste. Where are you watching from, Celeste? Write it in chat. I know that's out of the country. Definitely, we want to see how many countries we have here represented today. How many different islands? Yes.
Hello, mommy.
Hi.
So my mommy is watching now.
Yes, my mother in love.
All right.
Okay, so what about the secrets? How do we get this intimacy to help? What do we need to do to kind of help with the intimacy?
So there are a number of areas where you have to be intimate in. You have to.
Before we do the areas,
well, you have
some things that you have to do, right?
Yeah, things you have to do. You have to share. You have to be open about it. You have to be honest. You have to be respectful. And back to that communication word. You have to communicate. That's important. That communication between you and your spouse, you got to have that ongoing communication, which is important.
I need to see some more shares. We need some more shares. We still haven't reached the number yet, so we still need you to go ahead and type in, let's see. Yes, we need you to go ahead and still invite some more people to come in. We don't want anyone to miss this. Yes, what is Patty saying? We don't want anyone to miss this.
Yeah.
So go ahead and still do that.
Hey, Benzana, how are you? We have other comments coming on.
Yes.
Coming in. Celeste.
Celeste is in Freeport. Okay, it's contagious. Okay, so then we looked at what you have to share, be open, vulnerable and all of those things. And then there are the areas that intimacy. So you could be into there's some areas for intimacy as well. You mentioned those?
Yeah, we started to talk about those areas. So they would be emotional, social, spiritual, physical, financial, sexual, all those areas.
So in all of those areas, you have to share. You have to be open. Important. You have to be honest. You have to communicate, right? You have to do all of this with your spouse in those areas. And then, of course, emotionally probably will come a little easier most of the time for women. You're able to share and want to share, and then women feel connection by, just being able to share, and then you feel closer to your spouse. I know that. So listen, we have to be up late at night because I have to let everything out and talk, and then I can sleep well. If I have all that bottle up and I can't share, it's like, yeah.
One of the comments is keyword communication. Then it says, so right, like there's a stranger in my bed and I just want him to leave. Nobody wants to sleep with a stranger, right?
Nope. So we're going to tell you. So we're looking at some of these issues. So why, in terms of like with sexual intimacy, financial intimacy, we had Nathaniel Butler doing a great job talking about finance. And of course, we'll have more on that as well. And then physically, you need to make sure that you're able to touch and, let your spouse know and connect with you, and you connect with each other on a physical level. And then spiritually, we're just going to go over those quickly because, we want to focus on what you can do.
How many points we have? 5 points?
Yes, we have 5 points that we're going to share with them later.
Five secrets.
Yes, 5. Okay, and then socially, you need to be able to talk about, yes, we're together, but we also need our time apart. We need time for, you have your man cave time with Bradley. with Bradley, right?
Yeah, Bradley.
Bradley, and girls, you have your girl talk time or whatever. You just,
With
just have those.
Purview. With,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
whichever it is, where your time, where you're separate, because that kind of creates a whoo coming when you're coming back together. So you have all of that, okay? And then, so why does disconnect? Okay, why does disconnect? When we look at like sexual intimacy, for example, I know earlier you were talking about us as it relates to the kids and what happened with that, right? You were talking about what happened between the 7th, 8th year, whatever, because we had our kids back to back.
18 months apart.
So what researchers said, and we had we looked at what Chris Kraft said from Johns Hopkins Medicine, and one of the things that he noted that I guess we've experienced, and a lot of you, any of you have kids, type in chat if you have any kids, type that in chat if you have kids. You can put a number beside it if you want. You could just put kids and then put the amount of kids you have. And then for those of you who don't have kids, listen, some of this applies to you as well. Okay, so when we look at this disconnect, why does disconnect? Okay, so we know that, hey, during initially when you have, you're together, everything is all right because, you're all excited about being with your new spouse and you're talking and you're communicating and everything just seems to be fine. You're on that high, and even sexually, you're on that high. And then something happens. Intimacy goes into stages as well, even as it relates to sexual intimacy. So according to what Chris Kraft found, he found that there were significant changes in a couple's intimacy, especially after having children. So he says it's natural for a couple's sex life to decline after having a baby because of the exhaustion and lack of private time. Who could say yes to that? I see Michael say 5 kids. Who could say yes to that? You don't have the time because you have no private time because you have kids, right? But many couples' sex lives don't recover after they get out of the baby zone. Who is still in the baby zone? I think we're like half up, even though we don't have a baby, we have a 3-year-old, and it still seems like we're in the baby zone, right? So he continues to say that, hey, priorities shift to raising kids and juggling careers and household responsibilities. So when the kids come, you take on the responsibility, you deal up with the kids, you don't have any private time, intimacy goes down, right? So even if you don't have children, the newness of that relationship kind of wears off after 3 or 4 years. So if you're more than 4 years, type in how long you've been married as well in chat. Let us know. Hello, Alphanique is here. And oh gee, she had the baby that wouldn't make this possible because we know we can't have no live with her here. So Alphanique is there helping us with that. Thank you so much. Yes. So what I was asking now, how long? Yes, type in how long you've been married. Let's see if you reach past the stage. So if you're 3 or 4 years, this is still what Chris Kraft is saying from Johns Hopkins Medicine. He says that 3 or 4 years, after 3 or 4 years together, the intimacy still goes through that stage, right? And this is when sex becomes a routine. Okay, intimacy breaks down at this stage because couples don't talk about their sex life, and couples aren't as intentional. That's our buzzword. Intentional about connecting with each other as they were earlier in their relationship. So a lot of things there. That was like a mouthful.
Yeah,
that was like a mouthful, right? So okay, so if you're in the baby zone, it will affect your intimacy. So don't stay in the baby zone. Even though you have the baby zone, you have to make private time for each other. Okay? And so we looked at all of the different areas, and then we looked at sexual intimacy. It's not all about just one area. It's a whole lot of different areas. So if you're in the baby zone, you have to watch out. If you don't have children, when you come to that after that 3 or 4 years, you're still going to stages. And then of course, if you're older, depending on when you're at midlife crisis, older, we know that you would have issues as well. And so you have to watch whatever stage you're in. So these are all of the things that will kind of make intimacy difficult. And so we want to look at, so how do you become intimate? We look at 5, right? We
Yeah.
had 5.
How do you become
Yes.
intimate?
5 points we want to share with you on how to become intimate. I wish someone would type them in chat for us so we can have it and we could have and make a note of it so we can remember as well. Right? So yes, we have to definitely make time. You have to be intentional about that, right? Intentional loving. That's us. Keyword. Intentional loving. Okay, so what's number 1?
So you want to create a safe environment. You want to create a safe environment where you can have that intimate time. You want your spouse to feel comfortable. I want to make sure you're comfortable.
Okay.
And you want to encourage that. So you want to encourage that you make that time.
Okay, awesome.
And you don't want your spouse to judge you as well. So all of that is important. Creating that safe environment.
So they feel understood, they feel, that environment. And who creates the environment? You do. Both of you
Both
do.
of you.
Yes.
And that's through communication.
Yes. And if one person is doing the opposite, belittling, being judgmental, being unkind, and being harsh, and not allowing you, and when you're expressing yourself and they're critical and why you feel that way or dismissing your feelings, then you need to bring that to their attention in a way. Of course, use your iMessages. Bring that to your spouse's attention so that they could learn. Because guess what? Remember we talk about generational curses? Some of these things happen and people grow up in families where they don't really know how to communicate. And we find a lot of men not knowing as well. Not only men, women too, but not knowing how to communicate and not having seen that example. And so you have to, if you're aware of it, you need to make sure that your spouse knows so that both of you could create this environment, this safe environment where you feel comfortable and you want to talk and you want to share. You can't wait to come home or you can't wait to pick up the phone and say, guess what happened? Oh my goodness. You want to have that type of relationship with your spouse. And that leads to other stuff, where sex being everything and all these different things, where you have that cohesiveness. So number 1 was what?
Create a safe
environment. Create a safe environment. Okay. So number 2. Number 2 is
you want to practice our unique system, our unique 4S system.
Okay, so type that in. This is unique 4S. You heard it live here with us on Unique Couples. Yes. We want you, we have tried it, we have worked it, and we want you to get it. Let me see. If I could get everyone's points, yes.
Yeah, they're typing in the chat.
Okay, they're typing, we're tagging. Let your friends know, okay, our time is going.
Yeah, so that's an excellent point that Michael said in the chat. For you to have time, the husband have to help the wife in everything. And that's important, guys. Guys that are on, you have to help out the wife. Whether it's cooking or cleaning the dishes, helping with the baby, doing the laundry, doing the cleaning. Husbands, you have to help the wife. That's important.
Okay.
Teamwork. Excellent point, Michael.
Okay, so we're on number 2. Practice
the unique 4S system.
The unique 4S system. So the first part of the unique 4S system, number one is
silence.
Silence. The first S is silence.
Silence.
Do you know what that is? That's like silence. Enjoy silence in each other's presence.
Yes.
Silence all the things around you, your electronic devices, the television, all of these things, because you're making time to connect with your spouse. Silence all of that, the noise, the children, the whatever, the activities, the rules, the things that have to be done, the responsibilities, all of that, silence. Right? All of that, silence. And guess what? When you're doing the silence, you need to also...
The next S.
No, not yet. Not the next. When you're doing the silence, involve your senses.
Yeah.
Okay? Stay in tune. Kind of like feel stay in tune with your spouse. And then we like to include that breathing part in it, like you all want to be at the same level, like even where you're so silent and just getting into the space of being in tune with each other, you're even breathing and having like a rhythm together. This is just going to help. If you can do this every day, or just take 30 minutes every day to get in this time to make time for your spouse, that'll be good. So that was the first act, silence.
Silence.
And so you're in this space.
I see no one type silence in the chat.
You created this because everyone is silent. They're staying away from their technology devices. All right. So silence. So after silence,
the next one is stare. Stare.
Yep.
So you want to look your spouse in the eyes and stare. Look your spouse in the eyes for a minute.
60 seconds.
Yeah.
That sounds a little better. 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Can you stare?
Mm-hmm.
How many persons have done that before, where you actually stared in your spouse's eye? I know some of us did it during the vows when we got married, but it's more than just the vows when you get married, right? Just stare, right? And you just stare, shout out everything. So there's silence, you shout out everything, and you take a minute, 60 seconds, and you stare in each other's eyes. Next thing you're gonna do, smile.
Smile. Mm-hmm.
You get more things, one with a smile and a frown, an angry face. Yeah, it just creates a whole different environment with the smile, right? So the first one was before silence. Then you have the stare and stare for at least 60 seconds. Then the third S of this 4S, this unique 4S system is
silence.
Smile. So we have silence, stare, smile, and then the fourth one. It's the fourth one.
The fourth one is share.
Share. And share is.
So you want to say what's on your heart in a respectful way, using the I messages.
Yeah. So
that's important.
So, and then when you're doing the sharing part now, this is where you can ask questions. Ask questions about your spouse and what's happening. How connected are you feeling with me lately? How are you feeling? What's on your mind? You want to ask those open-ended questions and let your spouse feel free to share. What are some things that took place that you want to share? Anything special you want to share? You just be open. And when you have that silence, and you practice that silence again, and you think about, okay, something comes to your mind, be open to share that. Don't keep it apart. Be open to share that. That silence is, sometimes you can pray in that silence and ask God to just give you the right words to say, give you the things that you need to share, help you not to be afraid to open up, help you not to be afraid to be vulnerable and open to your spouse. Because intimacy involves being vulnerable. It involves being sharing a lot of what's in you, okay? What's on the inside, private thoughts and feelings that you're not even shared with anybody else. You need to be open to be able to share that with your spouse. If you don't share, if you're hiding and keeping all of these things, then you're not going to have that blissful, that passionate, that intimate relationship and connection with your spouse. You're not going to feel that because you're keeping so much of those things, emotions hidden, and you're keeping things secret. Okay, and we want to be intimate. We want to have that intimacy at all levels, including all that emotionally, sexually, financially, socially, all of that. We want to be able to have that. Yeah. Okay. So yes, I see Tamara wrote it down for 4S, our unique 4S system: silence,
stare, smile, share.
Okay, and when you have that silence again, where you will be able to just let it all out. Yes.
Yeah.
And yes, you're going to be open, authentic, and transparent. Vulnerable, non-judgmental. Yes, all of that is involved in that. Okay, and then so you can ask us those open-ended questions, and we'll be able to help your spouse. And we're so happy that we'll have some of those to be able to share with you. And Yeah, through our newsletter and email and all of that stuff. Okay, so number three. So the first thing was create a safe environment.
Yeah.
The second thing was the unique 4S system. And number three, what is number three?
So you wanna ask yourself.
Number three.
So you wanna create
Yes.
shared memories.
Create shared memories. That's number three. Okay. So we did the safe
Create a safe
environment.
Mhm.
Then we did the unique
4S
4S system. And now we're at number three. We only have five. We have 5 points. Okay. And we're going to wrap up. 5 points. Still share. Ty, those of you who are watching the replay, remember to share, do a watch party, let your friends know, let couples know, because we are in the healthy marriage movement. We want your marriage to be healthy and grow stronger, and everybody else. You work on everything else. You need to be intentional about working on your marriage. You know what I heard? What we've heard people say, where were you? Where were you guys when we were having problems? Or where were you guys when, before we got divorced? We don't want that to be y'all, okay? We don't want that to be y'all. We don't want that to be anyone you know. We don't want that to be anyone actually, okay? So this is a part of being in our unique couples community.
Yeah.
We are all about promoting and helping to grow relationships, to grow stronger relationships.
Healthy marriage movement.
Yes. Okay, so we're at number three. We only have 4 points, 5 points.
Yep.
Okay, so number three is
you want to create shared memories.
Create shared memories. Okay, so doing things together. I think earlier, you were saying, and Michael was talking about doing household chores and stuff, but the household chores don't have to be an isolated event. It's both of you doing it together and laughing and talking and just creating that connection. That makes a difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go outside and you're not usually a washer of cars, and you all decide to go and do that together, and that makes it fun, and then you have that memory of, oh, I remember when. Kids have that. They will remember, oh, I remember when we did this. We remember our car date. We remember our date outside. We remember our date when we sneak out. We remember all of those because we created shared experiences. So some of the shared experience you could do, whatever it is. You could take a
walk together.
You could complete a project together.
Yeah, that's important.
You share tasks together.
We want to exercise together.
Ooh, that'll be something that I remember when we were doing exercise. We were really doing pretty good.
Yeah, man.
And I could remember it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not still happening. But that is a memory that I won't forget because we went outside and we were at the front door. Everybody was home and we were just there because and we were exercising on the front lawn.
Yeah. And
it was good. That's a shared memory. Of course, we had the kids there and everything too. So you want to do things that, together, you and your spouse. So cooking together. Yeah. That's something. And then when you cook together, you want to try maybe a new recipe or something exotic and enticing or something like that. That will create a shared experience and you'll remember that.
Yeah,
okay?
Definitely.
Any other things they could do?
You want to talk about your bucket list? Couples activities.
Okay, create that bucket list and put the stuff in of the things that you want to do. We love jars. So you can put that bucket list of all the things that you want to do, itemize them, and do them on index card, put that in your jar, and you just pick those out, and these are things that you want to do. Some of your bucket list could be things that you could do in whatever space of time, okay? And then, so work on that together. Work on the fun things that you want to do together. That's creating intimacy. When you tackle a problem and solve a problem together, that's creating intimacy. Something happens and you get to share on that and you talk and communicate and you have laughs and jokes about that. That is creating intimacy. And I see if you don't want to skip over this point. You wanted to skip over to shopping. Shopping, okay? Yes, shopping together is a shared memory as well. I remember going shopping with two persons, and one person is like, anyway, that experience was like,
man, when you go shopping with your wife, all you have to do is hold a hand. You just go walking around.
That'll be it. Singing and dancing together, Tamara said. Cooking, yes, Michael said. Listening to relaxing music together. All of those, do the things that will create those intimate times together. Okay?
Yeah, that's important.
Yes, that is very important. Okay, and so we're at number 4. So number 1 was create a safe environment. Number 2 was the unique 4S system. Number 3 was
create memories.
Shared memories. And then number four, and this is something I think, boy, we have done this for over how many years now? Over 14 years. Before Victoria. Yeah. The same, yeah. So for over 14 years, we have to find out exactly which years that is, but for over 14 years, definitely, probably way more than that. For over 14 years, we have gotten to the point where we have read the same book.
Yeah, you want to read books together.
Okay, yeah. So number 4 is read and discuss books together. Yeah. Okay, so you're reading the same book and then you're able to talk about the points that you got, what stood out for you. Boy, I can't believe he said this, and you have that little discussion. It creates another level of intimacy, and that has been good. And then for those of you who share the same faith, of course, spiritually, that's another level of intimacy where you're reading the Bible, you're getting points, or you're studying, a Bible study guide you're doing together, and you're doing that together. That creates another level of intimacy, especially if you're respectful.
Yeah.
Non-judgmental and allowing the person to share their thoughts and their feelings about what they're reading and experiencing without making it, without being dogmatic and saying, oh, no, you're supposed to believe it this way and that way. Then, of course, that kind of takes away the intimacy. So you want it to be where you're open, you allow your spouse to be open and share, and because they're being vulnerable. And no one wants to open up their heart and share and then have someone come and say, no, you're stupid. It shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't say it that way. You should think this way. No. You let your spouse be free to be able to think how they want to think, share their thoughts. Yeah. And then you could work on communicating, okay, you see my point and you see their point, and y'all could come to an understanding of each other. So
and then you also have the Proverbs 31, so most months have 31 days in a month. So with Proverbs, you have a chapter you read each day, and you want to do that together, husband and wife.
That's good.
Yeah, that's
and good. I love we did this a lot too, the Songs of Solomon, when we did that. Yes. And read that, so that was bringing another level of intimacy. So whatever books, you get the books, you could read books on marriage, you could read books on common interests, he's into sports, he's into whatever activity, and you kind of read those books together and enjoy those. Even if you're not a book reader, then start with a magazine.
Yeah. So the key thing here is you want to continuously upgrade yourself. Reading is very important. You want to continuously upgrade yourself.
And it's not just really about upgrading. It's about connecting with each other, like knowing what each other, thinks, his thoughts, my thoughts, our thoughts, getting that, being connected and in tune with each other, right? Yes, in tune with each other. That's definitely good. Okay. And then number five.
You want to participate in marriage enrichment activities.
See, Portland said devotionals as well. Yes, we have couples devotionals that you could read as well. And then you could share couples devotional that you could read as well. Okay, so if you have books that you have separately and then want to discuss that, that's fine. And we're just talking about, making sure that you have things that you're reading together, the same thing, like you're just reading that and hope, it stood out to you and you're able to share that. And of course, doing other books separately also could help along with creating that intimacy as well. Okay. Yes, Lynn says, that will help with getting each other's point of view. Okay, so we're at number five.
That's what I mentioned earlier. Participate in marriage enrichment activities.
Okay, so we have the How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook group, where we take it a little extra notch higher in there, and more open and sharing in there, and sharing with resources and everything. So that's a group where we invite couples to be able to really promote the healthy marriage movement. So that's a group. Unlike the page where it's just open, the group is a private group, so you'll be able to share, and you could share your thoughts and stuff with the persons in the group as well. So it's more open for all of the sharing. So we encourage that. And then we also have an event coming up
on October the 19th.
Yes. Okay, so we have an event, and that event, when we talk about marriage enrichment, guess what? You cannot get away from marriage enrichment.
Yeah.
You do professional development, you do all kind of job training, you do upgrade your home, you upgrade your car, you maintain everything else, and you forget your marriage. You cannot forget your marriage. Your marriage is not going to just take care of itself. You think that, oh, we're Christians, or oh, we believe the same thing, or oh, and then you just leave it as that. No, you have to actually work on it. Hello, Nathaniel, our financial guru, the unique couples, financial analyst, specialist. Good to see you.
Hey,
we were talking about you earlier. Yes. So, yes, financial intimacy. Nathaniel is the man. Yeah. So, you cannot neglect maintaining your marriage. Yeah. It's not going to take care of itself. If you leave your car out there and you don't maintain it, it's eventually going to break down and not work. Yeah. You leave your house and you don't paint it, you don't maintain it, eventually it's going to look like the dump. Yeah. You leave the grass unattended, what happens? It grows. The weeds are going to come, it's going to grow up, and it's going to look bad. Do not leave your marriage unattended and think, oh, we're married. We made the vows 20 years ago, and then that's it. No, that is not what happened. You have to work on it. Intentionally work on it. Work on building your communication. Work on increasing your, making your sex life more rekindled, just bringing the flames and just having it all excited. Work on the trust, work on building, work on the excitement. Marriage enrichment help, where you have the plan activities for couples where you could learn, and that is what we offer. Of course, we also do the marriage coaching. But so we have an event coming up October 19th. Yes, a one-day event. And so that's the Unique Couples event. If you're interested in that, you just type Unique Couples in the chat and we'll let you know more about that, and you'll hear more about it later as well, especially in the group. So if you're not in the How to Strengthen Your Marriage group, join the group. Okay, join the group. Marriage maintenance is very important. You have to put in the work. Yes, put in the work. And Tamara said it's like a bank. You make no deposit, you can make no withdrawals. That's so true. And that relates to sex in a different way too. Yeah, that really works with sex. So if you're not putting in that time, you're not making that time to connect with your spouse and, just being open and sharing, and you don't have that environment, you're not creating that environment where it's safe, your spouse feels safe and want to share, you're judgmental free, it's just an encouragement and you just want to share. Hey, you practice the 4S where there's silence, stare, you smile, and share. Just open with that. Then, of course, you create the shared memories. That was number 3. Read and discuss the books. Read the same book and discuss it. Do that together. And, of course, participate in marriage enrichment activities. Those are the 5 points that we know that those secrets we have tried and we have seen work definitely for us and others. And we know that it can work for you. So guess what? How do you transform? How do you transform? Guess what? You take what applies to you and work on it. Take what applies to you and work on it.
How often should you work on it?
Every day.
Every day. So you want to work on it every day.
Every day. Every day. We eat every day. We eat and drink every day. Yeah. Work on your marriage every day. Take one little small thing to do and work on the intimacy. So you can decide to do the unique 4S system. If you think that's what's going to work for you, you do it. You take that and you work on it. You might not be able to do everything, but at least take one thing and work on that. And then you go back and then say, oh, I remember Patrick was talking about something. Let me go back and watch that video. The videos are there. They're not going anywhere. Go back and watch the video and say, what else I need to work on? So after you perfected the 4S, or after you perfected, okay, let's go get a book together and read. My husband likes something in particular. Let me go and read that book, and we read that together and discuss that. It could be the book. It could be, okay, let's work on creating this environment where we create this safe space. Whatever it is, you take that one thing. It was just that one thing. And you work on that. Yeah. Every day, just a little. That's all it takes. Consistency and persistency. Every day, just that one little thing. So we're going to do more about intimacy and sex and romance and in marriage. Okay, we're going to have our unique couples event October 19th. Okay. So if you're interested in that, type unique couples in chat and unique couples event in chat, and we will let you know more about that.
The email is also at the bottom, so you can email us.
Yes. Okay.
And let us know.
So we have a spa for you, but before we do the spa, I want to leave you with this last quote from Chris Kraft from John Hopkins Medicine, okay? And he said, the main thing is to make having an intimate connection with your partner a priority. What is the priority? The connection with your partner. Okay, I think we said, anyway, let me finish this quote. Think about what makes you feel close and what you enjoy sexually. And then ask yourself how you can create that with your partner. Okay? And that is with everything connecting with intimacy, okay? On an emotional level. What makes you feel close with your partner? Go ahead and do that. Physically, what makes you feel close with your partner? Go ahead and do that. Socially, spiritually, what makes you feel close? Go ahead and do that. Thinking about the future, goal planning. We did vision. We did vision already. So whatever it is, you do that. If it's just the one thing you do that one thing. Yeah. And I was gonna say we mentioned something for that. I was at the 2020 Virtual Influencers Summit, right? And I remember we said something about when you got married, you didn't do it where you made the vow to church or your ministry or your job. You made the vow to your husband, right? So the first, yes, your husband or your wife, to your spouse, right? To then to be spouse to be, right? So the first connection was, of course, with God.
God first.
God first. It's not church first. Okay? You didn't make the vows to church. You didn't make the vows to job. You didn't make the vows to children. You didn't make the vows to any of those things. So it was God as in your relationship with God, not working for the church. God first, and then your spouse, right? So we're talking about that intimacy. Yes. Make that, like Chris Kraft said, make that. The main thing is to make having an intimate connection with your partner a priority. Yeah. So make it a priority. Choose one thing to do every day. Just do a little every day, and you can make it happen. Okay, so our time is gone, but we want to leave you with our spa. Does anyone remember what spa is? Type it in chat. SPA, spa. And what is spa? And type that in chat. Okay, did anyone get that?
Not yet. I don't see no one.
Oh, you're supposed to give out some prizes, you know. Yes. So we'll give out prizes and we'll announce it in our How to Strengthen Your Marriage group when we go live in there tomorrow. Private group. Okay. So spa. What is the spa?
No one is saying it, so I'm gonna go ahead. Spa. Spouse supporting positive action. Spouse supporting positive action.
Okay, so our spa for today, that's your homework, by the way. This is something that you're going to do. Okay, so the first thing to do,
you want to remind your spouse of your love. So, Linda, I'm going to remind you of my love.
Okay, so I'm going to
say it. Or I will write it.
Or
I will show it. Or gift it. GIFT. Gift it. Yes.
You're going to time it. Meaning quality time. QT, put in that time.
Quality time.
And then
let them feel it.
Yes. So say, remind your spouse of your love. Okay. So once you do that, then you are going to share with your spouse a secret that you have never revealed before. Do the 4 F's with this. Okay. Take the time to have the silence. After the silence is
stare.
Do the stare. After the stare is, don't forget the smile. and then you do the share.
Share. Mhm.
And tell your spouse the secret that you have never revealed before.
Yeah.
And your spouse is going to be open, non-judgmental, not critical, kind. Your spouse is going to be kind, and you're going to be vulnerable, honest, open, and you're going to share. Okay? And let us know how it works. Does it take you to another level of closeness, of connection? Try it. Try any of the points. Let us know how it works for you. And remember, the transformation happens when you do something. It's not about what you know. It's what you do with what you know.
Yeah.
Because we all can say, oh, we know all of those things that y'all were saying. Oh, yes, we know. Yeah, we know too. Everybody knows, but everyone isn't doing it.
Yeah.
That's why we have so many marriages failing.
You have to do it.
You have to do it. So it's not about what you know, it's what you do with what you know. And it counts in marriage. You have to do it.
Yeah.
Don't say, oh, I know I should say I love you, but ask yourself, when was the last time you did it? You say, oh, no, I know I should spend time with my husband. But when is the last time you did it? Yes, I know I should share my thoughts. When was the last time you did it? Yes, I know we should spend quality time together away from the kids. When is the last time you did it? I know we should at least have 30 minutes together every day to just, unwind and talk. And when was the last time you did it?
Yeah. Action speaks louder than words.
So it's not what you know.
No.
It's what you
Do.
do with what you know. That's intentional loving. So
Yeah.
go ahead and be intentionally loving. We will see y'all tomorrow in the How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook group. If you have not joined, I think we'll put the link in here later so you can go back to see it. If you have not joined, go ahead and join. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly of marriage. The good, the bad, and the ugly of marriage. Michael, we want to see you on live. Michael, you need to come and join us on that. We're going to do a Zoom with you and Lynn. Come and join us for that discussion tomorrow. The good, the bad, and ugly of marriage. And we had a winner. I think someone wrote in the spa. So Tamara, you have won a ticket to our October 19th event. Okay, you have won a ticket to our October 19th event. And I need somebody to tell me, I said this name quite a lot. I quoted someone from John Hopkins Medicine. I don't know if anyone remembers. It's talking so fast. But if you can type that in chat, we will do a drawing with all of the persons who put that in from John Hopkins Medicine. We quoted. He said, the main thing is to have an intimate connection with your partner. The main thing is to make having an intimate connection with your partner a priority. Yeah. Okay, so let us know who said that quote. Put that in. Hi, Ramona. I finally see you, Ramona. Yay! Thanks for joining us. Okay, so the How to Strengthen Your Marriage, the good, the bad, the ugly in the How to Strengthen Your Marriage group. The time for that is 7:30. Okay, it's just a short half an hour. Yeah, 7:30 to 8 o'clock. We have that in the group, Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so tomorrow won, and we'll see who won the next. We'll do a drawing for the next. Ticket for who won that. Okay, so if you're watching the replay, go ahead and share. Do a watch party. Let people know. Listen, the secret is out. Listen, be intimate with your spouse. Make sure the connection. Make that the priority. Make that priority because that is what you committed to do.
All right, so it's 7:30 tomorrow, Michael, in the How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook group page. Mm-hmm. So it's 7:30 tomorrow. And you can also follow us on Instagram at Unique Couples 242. You can also follow us on Twitter at Unique Couples. You can follow us on YouTube at Unique Couples, and then also on Facebook at Unique Couples. Okay, and we will, we'll have video posted on YouTube as well. Yeah, we have videos up on YouTube as well that you can watch. It will be on Facebook tomorrow, Michael, in the How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook group. Yes, and we'll get you in on Zoom. So we'll send you the link. Yes. Yes. So we'll send Michael the link. Michael is in there. Yeah, he's there.
He's there.
Yeah. So here at Unique Couples, we are building stronger couples, healthier
Happier
marriages,
marriages
and
and
happier
happier families.
families. We had fun sharing with you guys
Always
this
a
evening.
pleasure. Always a pleasure.
So we'll see you all tomorrow in the How
How
to
to
Strengthen
strengthen
Your
your
Marriage
marriage.
Facebook private group. You all have a good night and enjoy the week.
Yes.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye. Hi, Eleanor.
All right, Eleanor.
Oh, yes, Arlene. I think I saw Arlene too. Let me say hi. Go back up. Go back up. I know we ended. I think I saw Arlene here. Thanks for joining us. And I saw Deidre, I think it was. Thanks for joining us. And Pauline, I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. And share and let a couple know. We'll put it up on YouTube for those of you who are not on Facebook. But share, share, share. We want the message to go out. It's the healthy marriage movement. You are a unique couple, and we are all going to make sure we're intentionally loving each other. Now, this is really goodbye. Good night.
All right.